Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Alyx Gold.
She has to come with us. And I'm like, I'm not going. I start crying. I'm like, I'm not. He's like, calm down, Alyx. Like, stop. He's like, can I just ask, what? He's like, I'll go with her. What did she do? What is it? And they're like, so they start saying like I stole from the president. It's what they start telling Daniel. And I'm like, I swear to God on everything I love. No, I did not. Like, I never took anything. I told him like he tried to do this, isn't this to me. And I had to just leave. That's all. I just wanted to leave. And they're like, well, if that's the case, then we can clear that up. You can come talk to him, but you're going to come with us one way or another. And Daniel fought with them and was like, let me come too. And then we can go talk to him. That way she at least feels like she's safe and she's not, and they're like, fine, dude, whatever, but we need to go. So I had to ride on one of their bikes and Daniel followed behind and we had to go.
You went with them?
What was I going to do? I mean, what was I honestly going to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't, there was nothing. What was I going to do? Call the cops on him? I mean,
did you have money on you at the time?
I didn't have anything. I had nothing. I had nothing at all. And I had nothing. And not only that, I was homeless. I was sleeping wherever I could, which just so happened to be there. There was just nothing I could do other than try and smooth it over in some way.
If anything, you owed them like $60 or something, right?
Which was like, yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, you, because you did all this. Like, you didn't say like, yeah, I'll give you this as a front. Like, I'd had fronts many times. Once I paid, once I didn't. But that one was, that was not the scenario. So
yeah.
So we went back to another one of the guys' club members' houses where they were all sitting outside on this like patio table with the umbrella, just sitting there in the backyard. And walk back there and there's like 6 people at the table and these 4 guys walk me back and Daniel's with me and he's like got his hand on my shoulder. He's like, you're fine. You're going to be fine. Like, I'm right here. We get back there and like sit down. He's like, oh, here she is, like out loud. And all the other guys with him are like laughing. Like, I just felt like I was like, I don't know how to explain what I felt like, but he's like, so how are you going to get me my money? And I start crying right there in front of all these men. I'm like, I don't owe you. Like, what money? Like, the money for the few times we got, like, what is it? What do you want? Like, I'll get it. I just want you to leave me alone. And he's like, you act like I hurt you or something. He had these men like under his pinky and it just didn't even matter. They were looking at me like I was crazy. Like, he would never do such a thing as keep me in his house like that.
And punch you in your face.
Yeah, punch me in my face, like all that. They just listened to him. They wouldn't. I think a few of them knew, like could tell, like looking at me, and they weren't going to say shit. They were just like, we're not getting involved in this. We're just doing what he says, And so I am word vomiting because I'm scared. And I already knew, like, if he's willing to still continue lying about what it was, like, anything's possible. And I said, look, I don't know why I would owe you money, but what do you want? You want $1,000? You want $2,000? What do you want? Like, I'll make it happen. This was just me. I was going to run. At that point, I'm like, I'm going to run as far as I can. I'm just going to say what I can to get out of here. He was like, you know what? Yeah. He's like, he's like, you're going to get $2,000. He's like, that's what you can get. You can get me $2,000. He's like, you have till tomorrow. And I was like, okay, I'll get it. And Daniel's like, we'll figure it out. Like, is everything cool? Is it all going to be good once she brings you that? And he's like, yeah. Have her, you guys can bring it right back here. Otherwise, we'll see you. And who knew what that meant? But I'm like, now I have to get this man $2,000. So we go back to, it's like, I can maybe get like a couple $100, Alyx, but I can't give you that. Like, I can't, whatever. Like, and I'm like, I got to call my mom. Like, I have to call my mom now. So I did. I called my mom. Probably hadn't talked to her in 4 or 5 months, maybe. I don't know. I was like, Mom, I'm in trouble. I got people that are wanting to do some bad things to me and they want money from me. And I need to run. She's like, we need to call the police. I'm like, absolutely not. Because then you're in jeopardy and anybody else is. We're not doing that. Like, we can't call the police with these people. She's like, Alyx, where are you? And she's crying. Where are you? And I'm like, I will tell you, but I need to know that we can go get this money and just give it to them. And she's like, how do you know they're going to leave us alone? I'm like, they just will, Mom. And even if they don't, like, after I get the money, like, whatever you want me to do, I'll go to treatment, like, whatever it is. She's like, okay, you got to go to treatment. Like, the next day, we'll get the money. I will take you to drop it off. And then you're going to treatment the next day. I didn't tell her all the things he did. I just told her this is bad people and this is what they want, And so my mom picks me up where I was at and takes me with her straight to the bank. And we go and we get $2,000 and we go and we drive to the neighborhood where he lives. And I said, you got to stop here a block from his house. I'm like, you're not pulling up. I don't want him to see your car. I don't want him to see you. I don't care. Like, no. She's like, you think I'm going to let you go to this man's house without me around? I said, Mom, if I don't come back, I said, this is we drove past the house. I'm like, that's the house. I'm like, if I don't come back within like 10 minutes, then call the police or come get me. Like if something bad happens, I said, I'm just going to drop this money off. I'm going to come back. And she did. She parked up the street. I can't imagine what she was feeling, but
I went nervous going to the door.
Oh yeah. I was so nervous, but I was broad daylight. I wasn't in his house. My mom was up the street and I felt like I have your money, you piece of shit. Like, that's what I felt, like take this money and leave me alone. Like, please. And I felt like it would work out. I'd be able to at least drop it off and he would leave me alone, at least for right then. And that's what he did. He said, I got to his front porch. He opened the door and he's like, well, hello. He's like, you want to come in? His dog, here's his little King Corso. It's like, you want to come in for a little bit, smoke? And I was like, no, I have your money. Please take it and leave me alone. He's like, oh, come on in. I was like, I'm not coming in your house. Please, like, here's your money. Just leave me the fuck alone. And he's like, all right, well, good luck with everything. And closes the door. And I went with my mom. I think I stayed at my mom's house a night before I left. I did not go to treatment. I did not go to treatment. She tried to set it up for me. I was supposed to go the next day. I overdosed in her house. Paramedics came. She let me stay a few more hours, and just a bunch of shit happened that night. And I just didn't go to treatment the next day. I just ran as I always did. So, and that was my last interaction though, ever with them. I mean, I never went back to, that clubhouse. I never spoke to anybody in that group of people again.
You never crossed paths with them?
I mean, I would not on a personal level. I crossed paths with some of like the guys and I mean, some of the bikers, but like not speak to them. You know what I mean? Like some of the same places I would go and see them, but never spoke to them again after that. No.
Just like, I'm good with them, right? Just keep them distance. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was crazy. That was one of many different crazy situations that I got myself into. But and it's like, yes, I got myself into them, but also like it took a while to learn through, and there was several more, far more traumatic interactions I would have throughout addiction. But for the longest time, it's like the blame of myself for getting myself into all these situations was really heavy. And then I learned, like, yeah, you're an idiot for like doing all the you did and all these things. Also, nobody deserves those things to happen to them. Like, I don't care what, it took a while for me to, I don't know, grow into the perspective of like, okay, yeah, you were a turd for a long time, Alyx, but you weren't a turd that deserved to be like abused or held against your will or any of the other terrible things that happened later.
Addiction will take people to some dark places. It will. Oh, yeah. It'll kill them.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it will. And it doesn't. Sometimes it's not even my brother Zach. I love you, Zach. He passed away a little over 5 years ago to an overdose, and him and I never used together. We never. And he was not like me. Like, he wasn't my kind of addict. And I people might watch this and be like, what does she mean? Like, we're all, what I mean is that's my brother. And I can say that he wasn't me. He wasn't as deep into it as me. He had very minimal time using hard drugs, and it was mostly Percocet. And he passed away from a Percocet laced with one Percocet. And
wow, a counterfeit Percocet.
Yeah. And so it's like, just to your point, Bill, it's like, yeah, it will take you to death. And for somebody like me, it's not when it's like, we can't make assumptions. Like, there's no recipe to anything. And like the likelihood of anything, because like, if anyone would bet on, like who would be most likely to die from an overdose? And like the group of people I grew up with or anybody I was ever around, it would have been me. I mean, I was overdosing left and right. It was like Tuesday evening. Okay, time to overdose. Like I was in the hospitals left and right. I life support for 12 days at one point, double pneumonia, overdose on someone's back porch. I mean, just
wake up and go do it again. Me too.
Do it again. Yeah.
Same thing. And I don't want to be known for that. I didn't want to be known for that guy. He overdosed. Oh yeah. Normal. No, not me. It's not gonna be me.
I know. And it's like we never expect that we'll get there. And it's like, but it can be because then you have my brother who never did until that one time, and then it took his life. So you just don't, you know what I mean? You just don't know. You just have no idea. It's Russian roulette. Always. Like you're literally just living in a game of Russian roulette every day.
100%.
You know, it's wild.
You've been through a lot of things, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Tell me this crazy story about how you sneak into this dealer's house.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just let's preface and say, if you're out there somewhere and you remember me, I hope your life is better than it was then, sir. And I'm sorry, but you know, I do have a heart, and I did think a little bit about you, you know. But yeah, so I was on the north end of Columbus. That was I call it my stomping grounds, because that was like the worst of my addiction happened on the north end of Columbus. This was a little more north than what, like I was usually around what the streets are called, like Weber and Cleveland. That's not really important to you. Weber, Cleveland, Genesee Avenue, all them, Hudson. But this was towards Oakland Park, which like is like 5 minutes closer to like where it would get a little bit better, but still a little hood. So I'm in a neighborhood by there, and that's where I had been staying at these couple little apartments, Section 8, of people that I knew, used with, and stuff like that. And I was at the little corner stores. The guys always sell at the corner stores over there. I came out of the corner store one day, got a little head nod, and we always knew what that meant. I'm like, you know, he's like, you do. But I was like, yeah. And he was like, I got tester, like, try this out. And, you know, whatever. And I was like, where am I going to, he's like, you want to come to the crib? I live right up the street. You can try some out real quick, whatever. And I was like, yeah. So I go with him. He takes me down the street to his house, I guess, or whatever, at least where he took me where he took me. And, we go in, and, he gives me a little bit. I always kept my utensils in my bra, if I wore one, if not somewhere else on me. And I had my things. I got a shot ready in his house. He let me, and I did it right there. And it was good. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll definitely be back. Like I have, you know, I get shit every day, whatever. And he's like, bet, like come through me from now on. Like, okay, cool. Fast forward. I ended up coming back later because I wanted more of that. And I didn't intend, my intention was like, get a bag, from him as a front, and then not pay him for it. And hopefully all would be well. Cause I didn't have any money. I didn't have any. And I went back and I knocked on his door, and he's like, next time text my phone. Well, I had like a text now number at the time or something. I'm like, yeah, I will. Sorry. But I just didn't care. And so I go knock on his door or whatever. And he brings me in. I was like, look, I came for essentially a front, but I have somebody that's going to spend a couple $100s when they get off work later. That was a lie. I was like, and I just need it for right now. Like, look out for me. So this man, it took a little convincing, but not much. And he's like, look, if you don't bring back my money, like it's bad for you. I don't know what that meant, but all I knew is he, you know, just threatened me enough that I think he probably thought I would just bring it back. Like cause I would have been stupid not to bring it back. And this is a big dude, you know, like big dude, tall, muscular, dreads, like just not playing any games with me. And so he gives me like 4 or 5 grams of, and when he got it out, there was this big Tupperware container, and I'm like looking locked in on this Tupperware container, like nothing like I'd ever seen. He's like, this is the uncut. So I need my money back for this.
It had to be like 100,000 worth, right?
I mean, so yes, absolutely it was. I mean, it was more than I'd ever seen. Like I said, like I did so much in my time. It was a lot easier to come about. I cooked it many times with people. So you could come up with that by like you either had it or you didn't. And this man had it. He gives me 4 or 5 grams. And like, I need my money for this. I'm like, as soon as they get off work, I got you. Bring it back. So I leave. I did not bring it back, the money. And I didn't intend to. I intended to just hopefully never see him again and whatever. I probably didn't even think it all the way through because I thought I was invincible a lot of times.
How much time goes by until you get your
about 24 hours? About 24 hours goes by.
Does he call you at all and say,
no? And honestly, my phone, like, it was so hit or miss if you could even reach me on the phone I had at the time, that like, and that was a lot of times during active addiction, but like, it definitely was hit or miss. And I don't know that he even had my number. I think I had his. So yeah, no. But next day, it's daylight, it's warm out. I'm like, I want more of that, and don't have any money.
What time is it?
And I don't think, you know what? I think I did have money, and I think someone that I knew that was a like smaller time boy had that money in something else that we were trying to make happen, and it wasn't going to happen till later. So it was like, that's why, because I was like, here, because I'm like, I went to their house to stay that night. That's what I did. His name is, and I'm like, I have all this and it's good. And he's like, let me like sell some of this. I'll get you like twice this, but you have to wait some time. Just take what you need to not be sick. Well, then he's taken way longer than necessary, or than what I was okay with. And I'm like, I need more. So I go walk over middle of the afternoon to this guy's house that I owe all this money to. And I'm like creeping down the street like somebody's agent of the world. And I'm just like walking stealth mode, looking around, like making sure I don't see him anywhere. And I get to where his house is, and I'm like, I'm going to look through the windows. And my plan was to go in this man's house and take from him. Yeah. And I was, but listen, again, I was like, all I did was survive. And it was just whatever I could do to get was it. And then I did that until I had to do it again. It was never like, there was no substance in my life. I was literally like a walking corpse. Probably why I risked my life so often, because I didn't feel that I had one, So I go to his windows and I'm like, start peeking through on the side of the house. There's like window. The ones in the front had sheets for the blinds, but the sides of the house, like the regular little like blinds. Mm-hmm. And I like look and I can kind of see, and I see that he is asleep on his couch. And he has like somebody else with him, another guy, asleep on this like love seat with an ottoman, like right next to the couch. And then there's a wood grain like coffee table, super nice coffee table with their guns on the table, their money on the table, and then the Tupperware container in that little space underneath, right in front of them. And they're sleeping. The TV's on. And I mean, they're just sleeping on the couch right in front of it. And I guess I decided it'd be a good idea for me to go in there and take some. So I go to his front door. I open the door very slowly and quietly, and I get on my knees, hands and knees, and I crawl into this man's house. Yeah, like every fiber in my body, I'm like, you cannot make a sound. Like, you need to crawl in here like you don't even exist. Take what you need and go. And a normal person, like I was kind of sharing, a normal person that values their life at all, which again tells you kind of where I was at in life, but would just take the Tupperware container and go. You're already robbing somebody.